Welcome back to Sip and Talk, everyone.
Hey there. Joe, I've got to share something that kind of blew my mind recently.
Oh, yeah? What's up?
You know that cliche, the ex who says, I still love you, but is like holding a knife behind their back?
Haha, yeah. Totally sounds like a toxic lover scenario. Where are you going with this?
Well, a listener actually reached out, and honestly, they nailed it. They compared China's whole stance towards Taiwan to exactly that, a toxic lover.
Wow, okay. I can see that.
Think about it. On one hand, all the sweet talk, right? One family on both sides of the strait, but then, bam, military drills, diplomatic isolation, constantly talking Taiwan down.
Yeah, that's not exactly familial love, is it? It's more like that controlling type, the if you don't love me, I'll make sure you have no friends, kind of pressuring those Pacific Island nations to cut ties. It's like textbook isolation tactics. The classic, I hit you because I love you.
Precisely. Remember the 2022 drills? Missiles landing super close, genuinely scary stuff. But the official line...
Oh, it was just warning Taiwanese separatist elements.
Uh-huh. Total emotional blackmail mixed with, actual threats.
And that term itself, Taiwanese separatist elements, Kai, it's so deliberately vague, isn't it? We should definitely unpack that later.
We really should.
Anyway, the point is you can't really force love, especially when the values are just worlds apart. So, okay. Today, let's dive into this toxic lover narrative.
Let's do it.
We'll look at everything from the language they use, the actions they take, the diplomatic games, the psych warfare. And yeah, what happened with that influencer, Quan Chang, on his trip? Is this all some big misunderstanding, or is it really about control?
Okay, so let's break down the strategy. It's basically got two parts, right? There's the luring, the sweet talk, the money, the cultural ties, and then there's the threat, Shrek, and lives the military stuff, the isolation, the economic punishment.
A real Jekyll and Hyde situation.
Right. Pretty much. And mixing them creates this intense psychological pressure, trying to build dependency.
So the luring part, what does that look like in practice?
Well, it leans heavily on that shared identity idea. Lots of talk about cultural bonds, one family across the strait. But it's always framed within their bigger picture, the Chinese dream, the great rejuvenation. It's like, join us for this glorious future.
And they back it up with actual stuff, not just words, like the ECFA trade deal.
Right. Economic cooperation and things like making travel easier. Wasn't it something like 3 million travel permits issued in 2024 alone? That's a huge effort to seem open and welcoming.
That's the carrot then. So what about the stick?
Oh, the stick is always there. It's systematic. Militarily, you've got the constant flights, the naval patrols pushing closer and closer. They always keep the use of force option on the table.
And they ramp up that gray zone stuff, right? Actions just below actual war?
Exactly. To raise the pressure, make conflict feel like a constant, real risk for people in Taiwan. It wears you down.
So military pressure is the physical threat. Then there's the diplomatic isolation trying to erase Taiwan from the world map, basically.
Actively campaigning to keep Taiwan out of international groups. Think WHA, the World Health Assembly, or ICO for aviation. Super important bodies.
And forcing companies, even airlines, to call it China-Taiwan.
Yeah, it's all about invalidating Taiwan's existence as a separate entity on the global stage.
But I think the most, psychologically messing tactic is the economic whiplash.
Oh, definitely.
Offering trade deals like ECFA, making industries reliant, and then suddenly, boom, import bans.
Right, like those sudden bans on pineapples or grouper. It seems random, but it's not. It's about showing who's boss.
It demonstrates absolute arbitrary control.
Yeah, the message is, your prosperity depends entirely on our mood. Step out of line and we cut you off. It creates this awful uncertainty.
Okay, so economic coercion hits the wallet, but then they go for the mind, the propaganda.
Yes, the massive Tell China Story Well campaign. Billions spent.
And it's not just about attracting tourists or investment in general, is it? The messaging towards Taiwan seems really specific.
Oh, absolutely surgical. They want to paint this picture of a super modern, wealthy, successful China that Taiwan is foolishly missing out on.
And they're targeting influencers, YouTubers.
Yeah.
We saw those emails, right? Those generic, almost AI-sounding messages.
Totally. Mass emails like that Arctic Turn Media one, sometimes BCCing tons of creators.
And the offer is tempting. All expenses paid trips, nice hotels, guides, plus cash on top.
Makes it super easy to create content that looks good, Show off the cool cities, the fast trains, the food.
And the message to people in Taiwan is kind of subtle but powerful. It's like, hey, life's expensive there. You're worried about war. Look how great it is over here. Just join us, and all these problems fade away.
It's offering an escape route from the very anxiety they help create, which, raises that big question.
Where's the line? Between just showing your country off and actual state-sponsored propaganda.
Yeah, critics often argue that these kinds of organized, all-paid trips for big influencers, they're basically an arm of the propaganda department, using the influencer's trust with their audience for state goals.
And if you're an influencer who's ever been critical of the CCP, taking that deal is incredibly risky.
Hugely risky. It's not just about your reputation. It could mean getting blacklisted, denied visas, or worse. People talk about the risk of being disappeared.
Right.
It's basically professional suicide, or potentially much worse if you don't toe the line perfectly.
Which kind of sets the stage for these recent clashes we saw in October 2025.
Yeah.
They really highlight the tension between that state narrative and individual defiance.
Okay, first up, that incident with Quan Chang, the influencer known as Neng.
Yeah.
This was wild.
Went to Beijing, right? To broadcast live, promote the Taiwanese or Chinese idea, unification gifts.
Yeah, and during this photo op, this local Chinese guy steps up. Instead of a thumbs up, he gives a very clear downvote gesture.
No way.
Yes. And then leans into the mic and whispers, China, Taiwan, one side, one country.
Whoa. What did Quan Chang do?
Just kind of laughed awkwardly. What else could he do? The whole thing was broadcast live, completely undercut his message.
Man, the reactions must have been intense.
Totally split. On the mainland, the nationalist netizens, the little pinks, were furious, calling for the guy to be arrested, doxxed, labeled a traitor.
But in Taiwan?
Overwhelming praise for the guy's courage. I mean, to say that there, right next to Quan Chang, it highlighted the irony beautifully. You can't just stamp out dissent.
That's grassroots resistance. But then there was the official attack, right? Aimed straight at TSMC.
Yeah, that was Incident B mid-October. China's Taiwan Affairs Office spokesperson, Chen Binhua, he didn't hold back.
What did he say?
He used this incredibly insulting term for Taiwan's semiconductor industry, basically calling it good for nothing.
Oh.
And claimed it was flustered, scrambling, and staggering.
Yeah.
Sandy basically saying the U.S. was exploiting it and it was falling apart.
Attacking TSMC. That's like attacking the heart of Taiwan's modern identity and economy. Why go there?
Well, TSMC isn't just a company. It's Taiwan's Silicon Shield, right? It's their key strategic asset, their global calling card. So attacking it isn't just commentary, it's cognitive warfare.
A psych up.
Exactly. Damage international confidence, make Taiwan feel insecure about its biggest strength, and maybe, just maybe, distract from China's own struggles to catch up in advanced chip making.
It fits the toxic lever pattern again, doesn't it? You're successful. No, you're not. You're worthless. You'd be nothing without me.
Precisely. Which brings us right back to that label they love to use. Taiwanese separatist element.
Yeah, that term is just dripping with negativity. It's clearly not meant to be a neutral descriptor.
Not at all. And the fascinating thing is how politically absurd it is. It's a weaponized term, designed purely to create an enemy.
To criminalize just wanting things to stay as they are, basically.
Right. And the core logic flaw is huge. Taiwan has never been governed by the People's Republic of China. So how can you split away from something you were never part of?
It's like accusing your neighbor of running away from your home when they never lived there.
Exactly. It makes no sense historically, but it fits the toxic lover logic perfectly. If you don't define yourself as part of me, then you must be a traitor, a criminal, a separatist.
So it takes the mainstream view in Taiwan wanting to maintain the status quo, or maybe lean towards independence, and labels it as this extreme, dangerous thing that needs to be eliminated.
Using language to pathologize democratic self-determination. It needs correction forcefully if necessary.
So wrapping this all up, what's the big picture here for you, for the listener, when you look at this whole pattern?
It's clearly a calculated mix, isn't it? The sweet talk, the economic ties, alongside the military threats, the isolation, the insults like the TSMC attack. It's love and control.
Designed to create dependence, keep Taiwan off balance.
Yeah, they want compliance. And they'll use whatever tool works, of a friendly travel vlog one day, fighter jets buzzing the coast the next.
So our advice to you listening, really try to recognize these mixed signals whenever you're consuming news or commentary on this.
Ask yourself, does real affection, real familial connection involve military intimidation? Does it involve trying to sabotage your most vital industry?
You really need that independent thought to cut through the noise, the cognitive warfare.
Yeah, the key is spotting the manipulation, whether it's emotional or financial. And maybe the provocative thought to leave you with is, if this is what they call love or family, what would actual hostility look like?
Oof, yeah. That's definitely something to chew on. Excellent point.
Well, thanks for exploring this with me.
Absolutely. And thank you for joining us for this Sip and Talk. If you found this useful, please do subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And hey, while you're navigating the media maze, check out our good friend Mickey's YouTube channel, Mickytolife.
Oh yeah, Mickey's great.
He's got fun stuff, memes, spirit tastings, his latest vlogs from Europe. Always entertaining. Check out Mickytolife.
Definitely worth a look.
All right. That's it for us this time. We'll catch you on the next Sip and Talk.